So hello, welcome once again to the NBL, the National Baseball League. A bit late today on the cafe. We'll have a schedule up. We'll go through the games real quick. And this is board number 1, so we're gonna fly through these. So we start up top to bottom, left to right. The Utah Raptors and the Portland Anchors. So Utah took game 1 of their series a couple days ago, and then yesterday the Anchors they come back in a close game. They pull out that win 7-5 over the Utah Raptors. 11 hits and 1 error for the Anchors. 10 hits and also an error for the Utah Raptors. So close win for Portland here in game 2 of this series. They're looking for the win today. Then we'll head to Orlando, where the Orlando Sunrays hosting the Oakland Ocean. So for the Sunrays, they're able to win game 1 pretty easily, and then game 2 they get shut out 2-0. They have more hits. They couldn't score any runs. 6 hits, 2 errors for the Sunrays. 2 runs, 5 hits, 1 error for the Oakland Ocean. So few errors in this game, probably combined the score. It helped result in the score. So then we head over to the Battle of Ontario. Montreal and Toronto. So after a colossal beating in game 1, a 16-run game, I believe, from the Toronto Huskies. The Expos beat them 6-2 yesterday. 8 runs, no hits for the Toronto Huskies. 11 hits, no errors. Montreal, so a big answer. Now, if Montreal can keep this up, they can get themselves up in the power rankings. Oh yeah, I'll get there eventually. I don't know when, but I'll do another one eventually. Going to the middle road, the New York Sailors and the Albuquerque Aliens. So the Aliens here, they're really starting. Okay, yeah, I meant that's 2-0. That's a 0. No, it looks like a D. It's fine. I'm not gonna fix it. So the Aliens, they won game 1 3-1. And they blow the Sailors out here 7-2. Both teams with 9 hits. Just Albuquerque just relentless. They just kept going. 4, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, all of a sudden, yeah, Sailors come back. Yeah, that's not gonna happen. That's pretty much this game. They just blew out the Sailors. In game 1, they suppressed New York from getting runs. So they laid this series 2 games to nothing. This is after them being 1-6 in their first 7. Solid way to recover. No end in New Orleans. One more before I go to the Gators-Titans game. One note on this is for Albuquerque. And this means they won't. They should not end up being a poverty franchise, which I do not want a poverty franchise. You know, like, I don't want a Colorado Rockies. Please, no. I do not want that, but it's good for the Aliens. Moving on to the Gators and the Titans in downtown New Orleans. So the Gators here, they squeak out a 5-4 victory over the Titans, tying the series at 1 game apiece. Just could have gone either way. This game honestly could have. The Gators get the win, 5-4 win, 7 hits, 1 error for the Gators, 8 hits, also 1 error for the Tampa Bay Titans. Let's see how we'll see who wins game 3. Now move to the Las Vegas Gamblers and the San Francisco Firebirds. So, okay, I did the exact same thing. Yeah, this one I'm just gonna rewrite the whole thing. I cannot save my life. There we go. So the Firebirds here, they had a colossal beating on the Las Vegas Gamblers. They beat them 6-0 yesterday. Well, 2 days ago. And yesterday, the Gamblers, they fought back. Oh boy, did they fight back. But it all ends up being futile anyway. 9 hits, 1 error. Vegas, this is a lot of their problem. They just their pitching staff. They have a really good game. They'll get quite a few hits in, and then the pitching staff will just blow it up. They lose 2-1. 7 minutes for the Firebirds. Did I write that correctly? No, I did not. No, I did not. That is not. Since the error is so egregious. It was like 1 or 2. I might just ignore it, but 0 errors. They did not commit 9 errors in that game. So some had 0 errors for the Firebirds, 9 hits, 1 error for the Gamblers. Firebirds looking for the sweep today. We'll see. Then we head down to Columbus of the Aviators. Fantastic game yesterday against the Philadelphia Liberty. They win 9-8, 17 hits, no errors for the Aviators. 8 runs, 13 hits for. But yeah, they just squeaked the win out. Just enough to win. Can they sweep the series? That would make me very happy. Then they'll head over to Houston, the Cosmos and the Stars. In Houston, so back-to-back wins for the Cosmos. They win this game 2-1. 9 hits, no errors. The Stars do commit 1 error, so probably lost them the game. 1 run, 5 errors. 1 run, 5 hits, 1 error. Houston leads 2-0. Look for the sweep today. Final game of the sport, Cincinnati and Boston. So the Whalers here. Back-to-back blowout wins. They blew them out 7-4 yesterday. And the blowout win 9-1. 7-4 2 days ago, then 9-1 yesterday. Probably going to get the sweep. They got Shohei Ohtani. So there you go. So for the Whalers, 13 hits, no errors. Stingers, 8 hits, no errors. Cincinnati. I don't know what Cincinnati does. I don't know. This is a tough. If you're playing Boston in this league, oh yeah, if you take a game out of the series against them, you're lucky. Because Boston, they got Shohei Ohtani and Austin Wells. So that's it for this board. See you for board number 2. Series board number 2. Same as usual. Washington Monuments and the Detroit Motors. So the Monuments here, they just squeak out a win against the Motors, despite they do give up more hits, but the Motors commit 2 errors, and that basically ruins the game for Detroit. So Washington gets the win 8-7. They lead the series 1-0, as this is the first of a 3-game series. Then move to the game I covered, the New York Knights and the Vancouver Grizzlies. So the Knights and the Grizzlies here, pretty close game initially. Then New York, they blow out to an 8-4 lead. Then the Grizzlies come all the way back in the bottom of the 8th inning. They give up 2 runs to the Knights and lose anyway. Really fun game. 14 hits for Vancouver. Here's the thing: 3 errors, 3. And the Knights, that gives the Knights the win. The series tied 1 game apiece. Then we head to the Twister Dome. The Texas Twisters and the San Diego Seals, game 2 of a 3-game series down in Texas. And Dallas, Texas. They just go by the Texas names. The Twisters here, after losing game 1, they come back with a 6-2 victory. 8 hits for them, no errors. And San Diego, they get 6 hits, but they can't get the runners to score, and they lose 6-2, 6 hits, no errors. Series tied at 1. Then we head to Edmonton and Minnesota. So the Edmonton Eagles here, they take a 2-0 series lead over there. So in Edmonton, what happens in this game is that it's similar to this one right here. Minnesota, they get 10 hits, they score 5 runs, but the Eagles score 9. It's partly their pitching staff, partly Edmonton doing a good job shutting down the Northern Lights, and the Eagles win 9-5, and they have the series lead 2-0. They're looking for the sweep today. Then we head to Seattle, the Seattle Sasquatch and the Chicago Railers. So pretty close game here. This is another odd one. A lot of odd ones here on this second board. So Chicago, they get 10 hits. They only score 3 runs. They're held to Seattle, they score 7. They get 7 hits. They score 5 runs. less hits, more runs for Seattle. More hits for Chicago, less runs. So, yeah, it's a combination of Chicago not being able to get multiple... They're not able to get consistent hits. And then Seattle, they do a good job shutting them down. Well, when they did have threats, they actually came through. One error for the Sasquatch, but they get the win anyway, 5-3. Series tied 1 game apiece, as Chicago won game 1. Final game of this series. This one's another interesting. These are all... The second half of this... The second board for yesterday's game is just weird. The Atlanta Arrows and the Memphis Blues. So yesterday... Yesterday was this game. 2 days ago was the game I covered. It was a chess match. It was basically who had the better pitching staff. The Arrows, they were trading zeros most of the game. And then in the 8th inning, the Arrows were able to knock in a run. And that's the only run of the game. This is the exact opposite of that. Exactly the opposite. 11 hits for both teams. 1 error for both teams. It's who can score the most runs. And it happens to be the Memphis Blues with 9 runs to the Atlanta Arrows 7. So the Blues win 9-7 over the Arrows in downtown Atlanta. Series tied 1 game apiece, and that does it for today's games. See ya. Sorry if I'm close to the camera. I got a Hershey hat on, if you can't see it. But goodbye. See ya.